Hi there. So I've just had my second session in a row. So I did a session yesterday and a session today. This is number 39. Almost at the 40 mark, right? So today it was with a different facilitator and it was in a different location. So what I really gleaned from this session was that every facilitator has their own style. Every facilitator works on a different kind of vibration and with a different kind of attitude. Some are really hands-on. Some are really more light, more feminine energy. Other are more masculine energy. So some facilitators, they will like really force the energy in you to go deep, to break through plateaus, to make you face it and to just pull it out, right? While other facilitators may be just nice, may keep their hands on you, they may support you, they may just be touching you very lightly, very slightly. You may not even notice them. And what is better? I don't think there's anything better or worse. It's just that some people prefer, right, because how they are, to have facilitators who have slight touches, because whenever they're touching, they're just the energy streaming through their hands and you feel a support, you feel like you're lifted up, you feel exactly what you need to in that moment. So when you feel all alone or you feel heavy or you feel depressed, all of a sudden they just touch you and they hold it there and you feel this in-stream of love and you feel comfort. You feel like you're not alone anymore and you have like this gratitude. Like my friend, he's doing his 7th, 8th session now. And he said, today I was just lying there and the facilitator just put her hands on my head. She was just like that and it felt so nice. He just opened his eyes and he had this thought like, I love you, right? I love you for what you're doing. Because they are really providing a loving service. It's an act of love. And they have to be selfless to put themselves in that position. So one facilitator, from my experience, is very fiery. So whenever a session starts, she may like amp the energy up and go from one side to the other side and really make you go through loops and to jumps, and you may get like a full serious workout. You will feel like you've been pushed to the edge, to the limit. Another facilitator that I have experience with, she was more dancery like. She was more going with the flow, but whenever the flow was obstructed, she kept pushing on the flow so that the flow could continue. So she would like allow the energy to just flow naturally like a dance in you, and whenever it was like it stopped here or it stopped there, she would just put pressure on it and keep the pressure until the energy bursts through. And like, for instance, if you feel that there's a blockage and you feel like, oh damn, oh, so you may feel like this thing, like your body is resisting. Like, you can have moments where you actually feel that that's your limit, that you cannot go beyond a certain thresh point of pain or of screaming or of struggle, because sometimes you may have to struggle, like, you know, like cringing and be like, ah, like you as if you're squirming through like a super small hole and it's like so uncomfortable. Whereas if you're stuck in this sack or in this cave and you're just struggling to get out of that enclosement, it's like, I had moments, it can be anguish, like it can feel on the body like you're going through a lot of stress, but it doesn't necessarily have to, and it doesn't feel painful. It's like you go through it, but and while you're going through it, you're releasing a lot. You're releasing pain, you're releasing struggle, and your emotion, it builds up, so you start to scream to fully let it out. And the moment you scream, energy is being released and you're done with it. You can let it go. So that can be very intense, because your mind may have thoughts like, oh my God, I cannot go further, I'm too tired. But then she keeps the pressure on, and you may go even higher and scream even higher. And it feels like you're gonna break, but you go even higher. And then you're all out, fully exhausted, and you realize it's done. You've gone beyond it. But be aware, your mind may project a certain kind of limit, but the limit of your body is actually way beyond what your mind imagines it to be. There's a great book by David Hagens about it. And yeah. So another facilitator may just be very gentle with you. She may just come, touch your forehead, touch your hair, touch you there, and just allow the energy to do its thing. Not direct it, not force it, not put any pressure on it. And it works. And some people, they really need that because they're very sensitive. If you're very sensitive, you probably want to have that kind of experience. Because if you're very sensitive and somebody's like really pushing you to go through, to go beyond your boundaries, to release, you may feel a little bit, well, uncomfortable. But you will learn from that experience. You will learn, like, this is not a facilitator for me. And some people are like, I really need that. Like my friend, he knows, like, the first two facilitators that we went to, they were all about pushing through, going beyond, like being hard. And he even said, like, I want you to be harder on me. I want you to push me to go even deeper into the process. She was like, if I go deeper, I'm gonna hurt you. He's like, I don't mind. Because when it's pain, it's not really painful. It's not pain like real pain. It's like energetic pain that you release. And the moment you release it, you feel lighter and you feel freer. It's like you release the load. So it's like redemptive pain. Yeah, so honestly, it's never a bad experience. It's all a learning experience. And also what you have to realize is, like, the energy, the non-dual energy from KAP is streaming through the facilitator, and they're just a vessel for the energy. The energy is streaming through them, and they just get instincts to do this, to do that, to do this, to do that. And of course, their personality and their own frequency, the way they are, their style is put into it. Some are more like this, some are more like this, some are more like this. So yeah, they like some facilitators, they really like dance, they have a blast, it's like a party or some kind of ritual. It's really great. But that was really made clear for me today. Like, know that there are different kind of types of facilitators with different kind of styles of working with your energy. And it affects the whole group also. It affects how one has an experience, how the whole group has an experience. They have this thing sometimes, like a session is ongoing. In the beginning, when the music starts, they do like this thing, or they do something like this, or they clap, or they wave, and like you feel it's like they connect to the energy, and the energy is streaming through them, and they emit these frequencies, right? And sometimes halfway into the session, they just close it off. They don't do it consciously, it just happens. Sometimes, and then people, sometimes they do it and they have a bite or something because they get into a very high frequency, and sometimes they feel almost like they're too light, so they eat something to feel grounded. Sometimes when they do that halfway in the session, you feel everything is just like barren, quiet, like everybody's asleep, nothing is happening, just everybody lying flat on the floor. And then a couple of songs later, they activate it again, and all of a sudden it's like people are moving, the zombies are coming alive. It's yeah, it was really interesting to see that. So yeah, choose your facilitator wisely.